Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to maintain a simplified financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. All right, well, hello everyone and happy Friday to you. I hope that your week has been a good one. We are inching ever closer to the big day, which is exciting and also a little bit stressful for some of us. I was realizing that I've been having all of the Christmas presents that I've been purchasing for people shipped to my mom's house for a couple of reasons. One, it cuts down on how much we're actually taking with us in our vehicle because we are road tripping back home. If you're new to my channel, I'm sorry. I live in Texas, but I'm originally from Delaware, and we are going home for Christmas this year because it is also my 40th birthday. And so we are road tripping from Texas to Delaware. And so I've just been shipping all of my Christmas presents that I'm buying for people to Delaware since I'm going to be with everybody. But I also do it because the sales tax in Texas is absolutely ridiculous, and there is no sales tax in Delaware, which is lovely. So I've been saving myself a little bit of cash money this Christmas by doing it this way. But then I was realizing, like, holy smokes, I usually like wrap as I go through the Christmas season just so that I'm not stressed out like on Christmas Eve that I have to wrap like all of these presents for my kids and my husband. But I'm gonna have a lot of wrapping to do once we get there because it's gonna take us 2 days to drive, and I'm basically gonna be only starting my wrapping on December 20th. So pray for me. Anyways, today, as you can tell by the title of the video, this is a departure from my usual content. I usually film my weekly check-ins on Fridays, and I had been planning to do that the entire time, even after the story that I'm going to tell you happened, except for when Mr. Simple and I have been reconciling our budget throughout the week. We just have so many purchases that have hit, and this video would be so ridiculously long. There's just no way to cut down that kind of content. So I decided against doing the weekly check-in, but just to give you a brief synopsis, if you are new to budgeting, and if you do the cash stuffing method like we do, we live in a world where we can make digital purchases, like, you can buy online, you use your debit card, and we do all of those things. We utilize just about every payment method that's out there, except for credit cards. We don't put anything on credit cards. And when we cash stuff, when we spend from a category that we cash stuff for using a debit card or buying online or something like that, this video is the accountability of that. This is the reconciling of those expenses, tracking all of them to make sure that we're staying in budget, and returning that money back to the bank. So typically I do these videos every Friday. You can go back on my channel and watch a gazillion of them and see how that process works. But given how many expenses we've had over this last week, nothing is out of the budget. Nothing is particularly out of the ordinary. It's just that time of year. And so there were so many purchases that I was like, this video is going to be an absolute bear to film, to edit, to get through for anybody watching. And I just don't want my content to feel like that. I do know that my weekly check-in videos are favorites of some of you who enjoy my chattier aspects of my personality. I love that. Love you for that, by the way. I've been told my entire life that I talk a lot. This was always commentary that I received from teachers on my report cards. But it would be so much, and I don't want it to feel like that. And then when I was trying to think about what I was going to film, this incident, this story time that I'm going to tell you guys about, came to mind for a specific reason, and all of that will make sense. I do just want to, before we jump into that story time, I do want to announce the giveaway winners from my last video. So I was giving away 2 $25 gift card, Visa gift card, so that you could use it on whatever you wanted. And as of filming this, I haven't drawn the winners yet, but I will go ahead and leave both of those comments up on the screen now for the winners. So congratulations to you if you are a winner. Just shoot me an email at the.simple.budgetyt@gmail.com. I'm going to put that up on the screen as well so that you can email me and I will get those shipped out to you. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into the story now. I do want to say something, though. I hate calling it like a trigger warning because it's not that serious. The outcome of this is positive. Everybody is okay in my house. But if stories of health incidents bother you, especially health incidents that have anything to do with kids, this may not be the story time for you. I just want to notate that. Just right up front. I am going to go ahead and leave a timestamp up on the screen, though, for you to watch after I get through the story, because relating to the story, there's a product that I want to tell you guys about. It is not sponsored. They have no idea I exist. But the reason why I'm telling you about this product in particular is because it relates to the story that I'm going to tell for health. And regardless of whether or not you actually listen to my story, I want so badly for people to know about this product and have it in your home in the event of a choking emergency. So just I'm getting that out of the way before I actually enter into the story. And so like I mentioned, just you can click on that, or you can go to that time of the video to bypass the story if you are in any way anxious about hearing, potential health related things. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into the story, and it will make you understand the product all the better. So I'm going to start actually by telling you about the product, because the reason why I'm telling you about it first will become apparent in the story. So a few weeks back, I was scrolling Instagram, as you do, and I found out about this. It was like an ad that showed up on my Instagram account, and it was called the Life Vac. And so basically it's a mask and a pump, essentially, that you use in the event of an emergency, somebody choking on food specifically, or choking, I guess, on anything in your home. So you fix the mask to this like pump thing, and then you put the mask over the person's face who is choking, and then you pull the pump, and you express it and then pull the pump, and then it is supposed to extract the food item from the person's windpipe. And I actually got to watch this product being unfortunately used in real time. Like a little boy was choking, and his parents had this Life Vac thing, and it saved his life because he started off being able to indicate that he was choking, but then eventually he passed out due to lack of oxygen, and they were able to extract the food from his throat or from his windpipe, and then he was fine afterward. And so I was able to watch the product being used in real time and saw how effective it was. And so I thought to myself, oh gosh, I'm going to buy that. And so I clicked on the link, and this is just such a weird thing about my personality, especially as a person. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I am a spenderson. I'm a recovering spender. And I clicked on the link, and I saw the product, and it was $80. And I sat there and I was like, $80? That's ridiculous. And I never purchased it. And like, I'm laughing at myself now, one, because I'll drop $80 on a pair of jeans without even thinking, but $80 on this like potentially life-saving product, no, that was too much money. So keep that in your mind as I'm about to tell you the story that I'm going to tell you. So on Sunday, this past Sunday, I made dinner for my family, and this is entirely irrelevant to the conversation, but I don't eat on the same schedule that normal people eat. I have a very specific and strict diet, and I do a lot of like intermittent fasting. It just helps my body the most. And so I prepped dinner for my family, and frankly, you guys have very wonderfully been taking advantage of my shop sale. And so I had a lot of orders to work on because I had some, equipment issues, and I was trying to get out more orders than was usual. So I made dinner for the family, got everybody sat down, went back into the office to start working again, and left my husband and kids at the dinner table eating dinner. And not that long after I sat down to start working on things, my husband and son both sort of were panic calling me out to the dining room. And I couldn't really pick up on what was happening, but essentially I managed to figure out that my daughter was choking. And by the time I made it out into the dining room, I was witnessing my husband performing the Heimlich maneuver on my daughter. And she was completely limp at this point. And so something that you should know about my husband, and I feel like we've mentioned this here from time to time, but my husband is 6'5". He weighs 240 pounds. He works out regularly. He trains jujitsu. He's very strong. He's very capable. And watching him perform the Heimlich maneuver on a limp 100-pound child, he was having a hard time, because the Heimlich is designed actually to be performed on somebody who is actively choking and not yet limp. I mean, not that you can't, but it is very, very, very difficult to perform on a limp body. It is much easier if the person choking is still conscious and not limp. But my daughter was completely limp, bent over his arms, and he was attempting to perform the Heimlich maneuver on her. And it was very, for lack of a better word, it was very traumatizing. And in that moment, all I could think about was, why didn't I buy that damn life vac? All I could think about was, if my daughter chokes and dies, I mean, it certainly wouldn't have been for lack of effort on my husband's part, because he was really exerting some serious energy and force to get this food out of her windpipe. But all I could think about was $80. $80 would have saved my daughter's life. Now, to escape the drama and mitigate your concerns, it turns out actually she wasn't choking. She had fainted. Completely fainted. And when Mr. Simple and I were going over the timeline of what happened, we were very clear on the fact that she actually hadn't been choking on food. And Mr. Simple realized that about after I walked out and watched him performing the Heimlich, and he, said to me, turn around, go call 911, like very, very quickly. And so it was during my run back to the office, and I was literally just about to dial 911 when she came to. And actually right before she came to, my husband realized, wait a second, she had been sitting down. She exhibited no signs of choking. She just immediately passed out. And so he sort of realized all of that, but when something intense like that is happening, your mind is moving like a mile a minute. You've got 80 million different thoughts in your head. You're trying to save your child's life. It took him a minute to realize, oh, wait a second, none of what's happening here actually aligns with the symptoms of choking on something, and much more aligns with she passed out. She just fainted. And so he laid her down. He realized that she was breathing. Everything about her indicated that she still had oxygen flowing through her body. And so shortly thereafter, actually, and like I said, right before I dialed 911, she came to. And of course, all of that happened in probably 15 or 20 seconds. But in those 15 seconds, I really was sitting there like, why didn't I buy that life vac? Like I was so frustrated with myself that I let $80 stop me from making a decision that could have saved my child's life. So obviously, like I said, she's totally fine. fainting is sort of like this very bizarre thing that runs in my family in particular. My sister is a master fainter, and my mom faints from time to time. Now, they both faint on the back end of things that make sense for fainting. Like my sister, unfortunately or fortunately, I have witnessed her fainting on many occasions. It usually happens after something like she's given blood, she sliced her finger on a like a food can when we were kids, and she fainted from that. We've gotten a couple of tattoos together, and she has fainted after 2 of them. And so this is just a thing that happens. And so we're assuming, now we did take my daughter to urgent care afterward because we just wanted to make sure that everything was okay, because the circumstances leading up to her fainting didn't make sense. She had been sitting down for quite some time. Like I mentioned, she was eating dinner. She never choked on her food, by the way. She had finished, they were deep enough into dinner that she had finished 1 portion of her meal. So it's not like she had been up and running around. Like the fainting just didn't make sense. So then we had to, take her to urgent care and have a full workup done on her. And thank goodness there are no major issues here. So we left without a diagnosis. But we left also knowing that the big scary things that could potentially cause a fainting episode are not an issue for her. So that's wonderful. And we're very, very happy. And we all stayed home together on Monday because my son was quite traumatized at watching his sister just completely fall out. And we just all wanted to be close together, like physical close proximity to one another on Monday, just because it was a scary sort of incident. So, so that was what happened to us on Sunday. But I'm telling you all of that to tell you that I don't want you to be like me and, excuse me, not spend $80 on a potentially life-saving thing. I will show you. So I went online and ordered it the next day. Again, my daughter was not choking on food. It was not a choking incident at all. She was totally fine. Her airway was clear. But that incident was enough to prompt me to say, you know what? I don't want to have that regret or the potential of regret, because that's literally all I could think about when I was watching my husband try to perform the Heimlich maneuver on my daughter. Because again, and I cannot stress this point to you enough, my husband is very fit, very strong, and performing the Heimlich on a limp body is a very difficult task. And, he's going to be in Monday's video. So if you want to, I can ask him if he cares to discuss it, how difficult it was for him to attempt to do this. And so that was when I thought, if we had that life vac thing, we could just lay her down, put the mask over her face, and suck that thing out of her windpipe. Turns out she wasn't choking, but still, I so wished in that moment that I spent that $80 because it would have alleviated so much. And she did end up complaining about her stomach hurting. Afterwards, she had no broken bone, no broken ribs or anything like that. Like Mr. Simple knew what he was doing. He's well trained in all of the EMS related life-saving things like Heimlich and CPR and all of that sort of stuff. But, her little stomach was being like jammed into because initially we thought she was choking. So anyway, I want to show you what this looks like. It comes in this pack. And the cool thing about the life vac, I want to make sure the cool thing about the life vac is they actually send you masks that are different sizes. And so there's one for, I guess like a large, okay. So adult size, it tells you on here. This is the practice mask so that, you and your children can get some training on how to use this thing in the event of an emergency. And then there's a child mask in here as well. So pediatric size, adult size, and then a practice mask. And then this is the, the little suction thing. So you hook the mask into here. You make sure that the mask is over their nose and their mouth, and then you compress and then like pop this back up, and then it will suction the food out of their little out of their airway. And I was actually telling a friend of mine about this afterward, and she has a son who has significant heart issues, and the Heimlich maneuver cannot be performed on him, or it will basically disconnect his pacemaker, and his pacemaker is there to keep him alive. So she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we're having this conversation because we can't do the Heimlich on him if he's choking on food. So she's like, I don't care that it's $80. I'm going to buy it. And she was actually telling me that she had heard that this is such a funny connection, but the situation from the Jersey Shore, they used this on their 2-year-old son because he had been choking on food, and they needed to use this to get it out, because I don't even know if they just didn't attempt to do the Heimlich, but they had this in their home, and so they used it, and it saved his life. So this was one of those situations that I thought, and by the way, I purchased this on Amazon, and it has nearly 18,000 5-star reviews. I've never seen a product rate so well. Usually there's always mixed emotions about a product that you can get on Amazon. But this thing has 5-star reviews the whole way across the board, and 18,000 of them. And I just think there's never been a better $80 that I've spent. Because, again, my daughter wasn't choking. She had just fainted. She was totally fine. But there is nothing that will fill you with guilt and terror. Like if I had just spent that $80, I wouldn't be watching this right now. And I at least have that experience that I can relay to you. Please don't be like me. If you can afford this, you absolutely should make sure that you have this in your home. And I would even argue, if you can't afford this, find somebody that you can borrow $80 from, or explain the situation to them. If you have kids in the home, especially, what a relief this is to just know that this is there. I may never use it. We may never, ever use it in our home, but knowing that it's here, knowing that we all know how to use it, it's just really the relief of having it is enough for me. So, and I'm just looking here. So LifeVac, report a life saved. If you use your LifeVac to save the life of someone choking, fill out the form to receive a free replacement. So that's spectacular. So I guess maybe once you use it, you can't do it again. We haven't read all of the material yet. We're going to read it and go over it with our kids. But what a brand. That's awesome. So just know that that's an option too. If you buy it, then if you have to use it to save somebody's life, you get a free replacement. That's fantastic. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys about this. I know this is so far away from my usual content, but when I was thinking about what to replace my usual content with today, I thought, you know what? If this helps one person, and even if it doesn't help anybody, even if you all buy one and you never need to use it, at least knowing that it's in your home is such a stress relief. I literally purchased it the next day. I might have even purchased it that night, because my husband took my daughter to urgent care, and he sat with her there. And I stayed home with my son, who was also having a very, very, very hard time, having witnessed his sister sort of pass out and then go limp. And then just sort of the trauma of watching the Heimlich being performed on somebody when you're a kid and you don't really understand everything that's happening, but you know that she's not okay. That was a lot for him too. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys about that because it was just weighing so heavily on me in the aftermath of that. So I will leave it linked below for you. I'll leave the LifeVac site. I'll leave it where we purchased it on Amazon. And if you don't have one, please get one. And if you do have one, kudos to you. And if you know somebody who had to use it, please tell us about it. Or let's trauma bond and, tell me about a situation where you've experienced something similar, because I am not a person who is sensitive to hearing other stories like that. I feel like I've grown up around enough like health issues, and I grew up in a really bad neighborhood, and I've seen enough like addiction and alcoholism that I feel like I'm probably a little bit jaded or something toward, not jaded, that's not the right word, but like health circumstances and scary health situations don't cause like a trauma response in me. They just are sort of like this is happening and we have to work with it kind of response in me. I don't get like riled up about it, I guess is what I'm saying. So anyways, now that we have gotten through that story, I hope I didn't, upset anybody. But again, I did give you fair warning. So, but please, 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 I'm begging you, just buy a life vac. If for no other reason than it would make me feel better that you don't have to be like, if I had just bought that, I could have stopped this from happening. So anyways, as promised, today's the final giveaway on my channel for the month of December. I do still have one more video coming to you guys, but if I had waited to do this video on Monday or announce the giveaway on Monday, getting it into the mail to you before I left for my vacation would have been impossible. So that's why I did two giveaways in the last video and the last giveaway in this video, and the winner will be announced on Monday in Monday's cash stuffing video. So without further ado, today's giveaway is going to be my budget planner, but also inside of a Jumping Fox Designs binder. So you will get the binder, you will get all 4 quarters of my budget planner, and then you will get all of the like extra sections of my budget planner as well. The annuals, the savings section, the debt section, and the Christmas planner that will all come together. You will not be able to fit all of it in here at one time. It's like really thick, but they all come packaged. So you can just open up each package as the quarter approaches, and 1 quarter and the extras fit in here quite nicely. So anyways, that's going to be the binder itself, and then my budget planner for the entire year. And I'll probably also throw in like a dashboard or 2 in there for you as well. So that's going to be the giveaway. In order to be eligible for this giveaway, you just have to be a public subscriber of my channel, and then let me know down below in the comments what your plans are for the Christmas season. Do you have a party coming up? Are you laying low? Are you hanging out with family? Do you have a friend situation? I just want to know what you're doing. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, if you're a Hanukkah person, if you're a Kwanzaa person, if you're a Festivus for the rest of us, I just want to know. Just tell me what you're going to do. Tell me what you're going to celebrate. Tell me how you're going to celebrate. I want to know what you're doing. You know what I'm doing. I'm going back home, going to spend some time with friends and family and get all cozy and enjoy all of my favorite Delaware places. So that'll be a good time. I think that's it. There was something else in my head that I wanted to talk about that I thought that I had in my head, but I can't remember it now for the life of me. Yeah, it's not hitting. I will be back with you guys on Monday though. It's going to be, oh my gosh, I remembered. I extended my shop closing time. So originally today was going to be the last day to place an order in my shop in order for me to get it out to you before I leave for vacation. And despite the hiccup of my shop, I'm doing okay with orders. And so I'm extending it through Sunday. So from now through Sunday, through Sunday. So you'll be able to place orders all day Sunday. But Sunday is going to be the last day to place an order in my shop to get anything before Christmas. Everything else, all of the digital downloads will remain up, and they will remain on sale for the rest of December as well, if you're a digital download person. But also I am throwing in a little goodie. If you place your order, if your order is $25 or more, oh my gosh, I don't have it with me. Hold. Okay, I'm back. If your order is $25 or more, I am throwing in my sweet little Post-it, my little floral Post-it pad, free with your order. So $25 or more, you get this Post-it pad for free. But again, I'm extending my shop closing, so you'll be able to shop any item in my shop, but specifically the physical products will stop being available starting on Monday. So you'll be able to shop all day Sunday, and then Monday is my cutoff. So that I have a few days to get the orders made, packaged, and shipped out before I leave for my Christmas vacation. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys. I knew I couldn't remember. But again, my entire shop is on sale, 15% off. And then in January, just so everybody knows, I'm going to be I am going to be putting up a whole bunch of Oops products, and my budget planner is getting a little bit of a facelift, but and then I run a sale actually in January too, so that people can do like a new year, new budget situation. But in order to finish out 2024, I just thought I would extend it through the weekend. So if you've been eyeing stuff up and you want to get a little discount on my products, now is a good time to do it. And again, if you spend $25 or more, you will get my floral Post-it pad for free. So that's it. That was the other thing that I wanted to tell you. But otherwise, I will be back here with you guys again on Monday. It's going to be our final video of 2024, which is insane, absolutely insane. And yeah, it's just going to be a cash stuffing, and it'll be me and Mr. Simple. So it'll be a fun way of ending the year with you guys, and a cash stuffing with him. I will be announcing the winner of today's giveaway on Monday. Again, just be a public subscriber of my YouTube channel and let me know what you guys are going to be doing for this Christmas season or whatever holiday you are celebrating. Let me know in the comments below. I like to know what everybody is up to. So, and I'm going to try. So I think I mentioned to you guys, my mom is making everybody dress up in an ugly Christmas sweater for Christmas Eve this year. So I will get a picture of Mr. Simple and I in our ugly Christmas sweaters, because you guys have to see them. And I will post it'll be faceless. Like I'll put something over our faces, because Mr. Simple is a little bit more dead set on remaining anonymous than I am. But regardless, we are respecting wishes. This is a partnership. This is not a dictatorship. So, we will be faceless, but I will show you our ugly Christmas sweaters because they are fabulous. So anyways, that's going to do it for me for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, I would love it so much if you would give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Even if you don't want to enter the giveaway, just come say hi. And yeah, I'll be back here with you guys again on Monday with our last video of 2024, cash stuffing. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend until then. I hope nobody chokes or faints, because my goodness, that's just too much. And I will be back here with you guys again on Monday. Bye, everyone.